Hey guys, it's me, Viktorya Roze Tassi here, and I'm here back again with another story time. This one being this happened years ago when I was in high school. However, I still think of it, about it pretty often. So let's get into it, shall we? So a bit of backstory is required before I plow into the story at hand. I was undiagnosed bipolar back when I was in high school. I mean, mind you, I was finally given a correct diagnosis in 2017, 2018, 2019, something like that. But with the wrong diagnosis came me being on the wrong medication, which only caused my volatile mood swing to be even more erratic, shall I say. But yeah, so anyway, now that that's out of the way, I should also add in that I was being hospitalized every couple weeks due to me having, again, being undiagnosed bipolar and being on the wrong medication for stuff that I didn't have. So this takes place during one such hospital stay. My regular doctor was going on vacation or something like that. He was going to be out of the country. So he put me under the care of a doctor who he was mentoring. Like, this particular doctor he wasn't a medical student. However, I think he was a couple years out of medical school, which, again, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was like 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. Yes, I'm that old. So, anyway, so this one particular hospital visit I was staying at, they had a sign on the door of the room where I was staying in that read, "Deaf patient inside, please knock loudly." And underneath it, in smaller letters, however, it was still visible. I mean, even a mole rat would be able to see it, a hairless mole rat, or naked mole rat, basically, depending on how you say it. But anyway, underneath it, it said, "Female orderlies enter only," or something like that. Again, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was more than a decade ago. But anyway, so I'm in the bathroom that was connected to that room, taking a shower, just getting ready for the day at hand. Or maybe I'll clean up from the day. I don't know off the top of my head again. I cannot remember. So I step out of the shower. I'm drying my hair off, I take my towel off and I'm pulling on my underwear when the door opened to reveal a male orderly. Now, mind you, it's not all that uncommon to have orderly come check into the room to make sure that we're still around. And this one particular orderly disregarded the signs on the door, come charging in, opens the door without knocking, sees me standing there, self shocked, underwear around my knee. He just says a quick hello, closed the door, and then he just walks off. Now, mind you, I am pissed. I get dressed in under like 2 seconds. I chase him out into the commons area, which was basically like, okay, so you take the elevator from the ground floor to get to the part of the hospital where I was staying at, and when you got up, there was a security checkpoint, which was basically like okay, so you know how it is when you go to the drive-through and yeah, it's like that. And there are a couple of chairs and like whatever laying around for people to sit in while they wait for the person who they were visiting to come and, so yeah. Anyway, I chase him out, screaming at him, basically calling him out, being a little nasty, which is, I guess to say, totally understandable because I had massive issues with my temper at the time. I'll admit that much. And I was kicking up such a big fuss that hospital security was actually called in to escort him out because I was being really wild. And then a couple hours later, or like the next day, something like that, the doctor comes up to see what the hell was going on. So then I'm telling him exactly what happens, and he starts laughing. No, I'm not talking about one of those awkward, I don't know what all you want me to do, so I'm just laughing out of nervousness laugh. I'm talking about a full belly laugh, the kind of laugh that you give out when you're crying from laughter. Just, again, I do not like that. I'll tell you what, like, I started screaming at him. I called him 50 Shades of Insensitive. I said that his mother dropped him on his head as a baby, and that explained why he was being so not nice, that he had the bedside manners of a teaspoon. Just, I wasn't all being nice. And again, hospital security was called in to escort him out because I was being wildly, well, I'm not going to say I was being nice because I wasn't being nice. I was actually being quite nasty with him. And I was put into solitary confinement due to that, which, anyway, my mom comes and visit me. She somehow or other managed to come visit me while I'm in solitary confinement. She gets the story from me, and she be pissed. Like, I'll tell you what, she hunts down the doctor, gives him a piece of her mind, and then she goes up to the higher up in the hospital and she actually files a complaint with him. I have no way of knowing whatsoever if that complaint went anywhere, but I really don't think it did because hospitals like that, they don't actually take complaints seriously unless they have like a lot of hard evidence, which, again, correct me in the comments below if that's not right, but that's basically what all I understand. Anyway, that is my horror story for today. I'll come back at you with a few others.